Then the Headrush Core people. Anthony Wall and the Headrush Core. I don't know, I'll give him this. A lot of YouTubers. Anthony Wall, YouTuber Anthony Wall. Then reacting. She started using the pig. She removed the CQ. I was a witness in the Ninth Circuit court next to the World Trade Center towers. I don't know how many times ways I could say it. Everyone's fishing. Someone had the courage where it counts. Black people's white survives. Attack who disbelieves. WFSB has collusion/S that recorded after the World Trade Center attack. That simultaneously instantly recorded them. Collusions within it before and after it. The difference too of the guilt of the intelligence at their location or next to them. All sides of criminal and civil cases. They refuse to identify legitimately to branch also as evidence. Thank you, people. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel of Anthony Wall, and please see the shadow boxing videos, the sports videos. Shadow boxing is for all things. There is one way to fight where every single person wins, even those who lose. Otherwise, we sense. We fight when there's one system that we have not used since some ancient times because that's been forbidden. Have two appreciations of short words. Black peoples, black, white. We have with our founders, the only one we know of, James Madison, what they had to classify for themselves and for us about this, we have that replaced. And we had that replaced distinctly at our campuses A through Z, specifically to hide behind it through that. In defenses of roles, blaming others ourselves. Where all natures of integrity were shown to pretend that, how to defend it. Never was defended because there's a hyperforeign involved at A through Z. We're in the same ancient trap /S for a method /S. Everyone says about the trap. Black people's what survives. Now it's all at once. Now all rap. So we have to blame a breaching method. We have to know originally still. All will say, well, it wasn't supposed to focus on the method /S because all were the roles, but also all the roles as the nature. In other words, the counters to it too. Where witch trials are placed about right next to Webb House, now renamed the Webb Stevens Museum, for example. A through Z. The American founding locations and the other countries' founding locations. It's recorded that they have other communicated that their founders and that our founders had to have communicated about that. All natures of jobs and titles. Counters to such. War collusions with themselves inside the factory nature. All nature of debates contains quality aspects in nature. Factory nature, quality aspects in nature. As factory nature itself as criminal and citizen's nature. I am not even a lawyer. Lawyers all sides of criminal and civil cases. This is the same way originally. And still, names next to the crime scenes of all natures and wars. You guys have replaced what our founders communicated to have communicated for themselves and what nature itself has been communicated. See the whites of eyes, don't shoot. You can't even discern. If you can't discern until the people can discern. A breaching method reassigned what black people's whites of eyes communicates by nature and what our founders communicated about it by using their words. That's why our founders left the classified means for us to understand that there was a torture, extortion, in fact, human nature slavery method entrenched. Everyone simultaneously did not have free speech, and they simultaneously had to pretend other to an extent, to lock tactical collusion /s against themselves and against everyone else to an extent. Therefore, physical collusion /s against themselves and against everyone else to an extent. Otherwise, that body was sensed and was adapted to, including if that body was a majority of people, including if that body was an entire modern country together, unified country. Any grouping of countries to counter what this caused and keeps, because all stayed roles with it too. Because nature never stopped showing us that human factory nature's breaching method wasn't involved with such things. It was all kinds of different laws and things involved as that same value, though, constantly relative to nature's relativity / hyper-relativity communications to us. No theory. Like it was big. We must force the world that one here to attend. We must show them how to speak about how they have, nature is showing the nature of they have the war, but they have nuclear weapons, and even if they're shooting with guns. Meanwhile, while we have the base, the suburbs from America to Russia to Ukraine, before America's founders were born, with more than 13 colonies entrenched, and roles with even slavery, even replacing what nature communicates with black people's whites of eyes, and roles self-valued, otherwise sensing for the breaching method. Also, to an extent, not even realizing it's a hyperform that came from before modern religious messengers, more probably and demonstrably, more practically, what they were about in many contexts. Where people say, oh, well, it's really freedom of speech, you can believe what you want about religion. They're putting us in fake conversations about religion with the ones who are increasingly showing that we're our collusion /s with the breach methods use of difference /s as collusion /s through all natures of crime scenes from before modern religious messengers. It forced, tricked, hurt, and persuaded other people, other things, other ourselves, to be blamed for the things that it caused. And that it forced the counters to that proper to simultaneously be a part of it, causing things that blaming on other things, others ourselves, with the breaching method caused, and using all those truths for lies. This is one of the things that's being shown. Every individual voice has to, if you guys follow mandated law, I'll show you next to the campuses what is manifest. And there are a whole bunch of other countries we know in the news. But it's also, there's a hyperforeign that hides behind it through that. There's also relative to how they get away with pretending things that are debatable that are not. Also, readings of statutes and precedents offensively and having been. That simultaneously valuing and having been. All names of people in sciences assert to have a victim / hyper victim. Just like everyone, and names A-G, so counters to that too. Hyper invisible but still discernible. Human fact, human nature breaching method is a scientific value. I'm not a lawyer. Thank you, people. Vaccines rock. Vaccines.